Welcome everybody. Just wanted to check in, say hello. We're doing a late night stream. Welcome everybody. Just wanted to check in, say hello. Just got back from the football game between my alma mater, University of Utah, and Kansas State, which was a bit of a nail biter. It was kind of insane. Because of that, this might be a little bit low energy tonight, and my voice is kind of shot, so we're not going to be able to go really too hard with it. But even with all that, I watched all of the games in the Premier League and was following some of the games in the other leagues across the world today, and I've been thinking about Football Manager for the past couple of days and kind of the plans for what I want to be doing going forward and how often I want to be doing things going forward. With that being said, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be jumping back into Bournemouth, see where the series can go. Last time we played a couple of games, we left off right before we were going to take on Crystal Palace, and so we are literally in the steps of picking up that. We've got some big news in the team sheet. We've been really enjoying this 4-2-3-1 wing-back wide, where we have wing-backs in possession, and then out of possession we're playing with full-backs. This is working pretty good for us. Diakite is now making his season debut, so we've got him for at least 45 minutes of this next match. And that's going to be really interesting. I have really enjoyed what we've been getting out of Hill up until this point, and honestly, I need him to still be on the bench, I think, over Nagalo, because Hill has just one of the most unbelievable long throws that you're ever going to see with 16, and that can make it so that we're able to make some really interesting plays for the ball in the final third. Freeman also back. Freeman, I just want to... We can talk about it once we're in the game, but I really want to harp on the fact that Freeman had an insane international break in real life that he just came back from for the United States national team. Best performing player in the 5-1 victory against Uruguay. It kind of wasn't even close. And he's just a right back that we signed here in our save from Inter Miami, but in real life he's still playing at Inter Miami in the MLS, and he was just absolutely cooking Ronaldo Araujo, the Barcelona center back. And to have our MLS right back as an American citizen just absolutely cooking one of the best center backs in the world on one of the best teams in the world was surreal. It was just absolutely insane. So I was obviously really excited about that. See him in the score sheet, see him putting up just incredible numbers. Because it's one of those kind of like, even if it's pretty short term for us, one of those I knew him when we got to see him, and he's been lights out for us here in the Premier League as well, when he hasn't been hurt. And it's always funny to me and really interesting when we get to have the moments where things we find in FM turn out to be also really equivalent to real life. Some more things that we wish could be more equivalent to real life is right now there's a lot of talk in the talking head world of sports about how Antoine Semenyo is, in real life, one of the best players in the Premier League at this moment in time. And I believe it. He's really, really good. He's had a lights out season. We'd like him to be a little bit better for us in our save. Not that he hasn't been great, but it feels like we might not be getting the most out of him. And a lot of that is that he's very two-footed, but also he likes being out wide, and we are trying to have him cut in. And so it might mean that we do some amount of changing to the tactics today to try and just get a better representation of what's actually happening in Antoine Iriola's tactics, and have our wide players actually be wingers, so Semenyo can play out in these spaces where he is currently right now, and have our inside runs either come from our midfield or have our wing backs not invert but underlap. Well, that was our first shot to try and get that into Diakite. Couldn't get it past Benitez though. Okay, Petrovic out to Diakite. Be our new man. Start cooking. And that's Scott up to Semenyo. Semenyo found the long ball into Tavernier. Tavernier cuts it back to Truffert. Back to Tavernier. Back to Adams. Truffert. Oh, Truffert just went for it. I don't hate that. I do hate that this is an entirely empty stadium, but if I remember correctly, I don't think this is a league match. I think this is a cup match. But it could be a league match, but it's also just... The stadiums are still not great in this game. And I know there's a lot of work going into the modding community to try and make the stadiums better. It also could have been one of the many graphical changes, because the graphics aren't great for us whenever we play this game. And that is entirely because if we have our graphics too high and I try to record this and stream it, which I'm not doing anymore, we just lose all ability to actually see the game while the match is being played. And I think that it's better viewing and it's better reposting the VODs on YouTube if we are at least attempting to show the actual gameplay, as opposed to just a slideshow with my voice over it. As much as my voice is wonderful and beautiful, and everyone here in chat and in the YouTube videos would love to hear it, if there's not something else going on, it's harder to capture attention. And so, we'll keep it up. I like how we're moving the ball, though. Crystal Palace has been another one of those teams that has been really, really good in real life this year. They seem to be a legitimate threat at every opportunity, including in their match today. But we're getting really good ball movement here. And I'm not really thinking it's going to be... Oh, Wharton cut that completely out, though. That was a bad pass from Adams. Munoz coming down the right. Okay, at least we were able to cut that off. Adams made up for it by getting back and helping defend, but it was his bad pass that led to the whole attack anyways. Petrovic just had to punch it out. Okay. If what we're giving up is Tyreek Mitchell long balls from 25 yards out where he's trying to go for goal, I think that's pretty good for us. Speaking of Mitchell, just absolutely bombing it down the left-hand side of the pitch. Adam Smith cuts it out. There we go. And now Smith on the counter. Couldn't get it past Lacroix, but we always win the second ball. Something that I actually really like about our team. Oh, Semenyo. That would have been a worldie if he'd actually gotten out on target. Oh, I love the cover there, Tavernier. Munoz cooking us, but we got back. Truffaut was able to get there. Petrovic, there we go. Pulled that out of the sky. So what are the thoughts on the actual time of games? Because I do run extended highlights. I like being able to see the actual possession, and I like being able to see the play, and it does result in longer games, but I like being able to see our build-up and being able to see a lot of these to make sure that we're doing what I think we should be doing tactically. But I'm willing to get feedback on that to see if we want to go faster or we want to make these go faster. But if you enjoy it like I do, that's also great. Ooh, Adams blocked shot. Always fine to go back to Senesi. Let's try and work this out to Adam Smith out on the right. Got tons of space. Okay, he didn't do anything with his tons of space, but he had it for a good minute there. Daichi Kamada. Okay, I didn't like how you were cheating in on that, Adam Smith. Could have cooked you in over the top. Luckily, they're not doing anything super impressive with it. Roll off to Senesi. Build up. We've got the extra man in the midfield. They have the extra man in defense. Oh, I love that. Love that. Crystal Palace also has a soft spot for me because one of the large projects that I undertook in FM24, which I put in probably easily over 1,000 hours in FM24, was I got most of the way through a Sir Alex Ferguson challenge with Crystal Palace in FM24, and I fell in love with these players. They were really, really good, and it's actually a pretty good team, in my opinion, that they've been able to put together, and not that difficult to get some amount of success from. To be fair, please don't pick up a yellow card for that. It's not a yellow card worthy tackle. And Kamada. Okay. I don't know how much longer they're going to be good, because it is very much, it is a testament to the team that they were able to keep Mark Gahey, but they are not going to be able to keep Mark Gahey for much longer. And that back three is still very good with Richards and Lacroix, but Gahey is going to be a really, really hard piece for this team to replace when they inevitably are going to have to replace him in the next couple of seasons. Maybe even in this season, because there's a likelihood that he might just be snapped up in the January window, because he is such a good player just with his progressive passing numbers and with his availability on and off the ball. Oh, I don't like Mateta winning that. There we go, Senesi. Cut it out. Okay, over to Diakite. Over to Senesi. Adams. Oh, he found Truffaut over the top. Truffaut's doing pretty good with it. Back to Adams. Up to Scott. Cook from long range. We won the second ball, though. Evan Nielsen put it back out. Truffaut picked it up. Okay, I don't like the Adam Smith shot from up there. I don't know what we were doing with that. Adrian Truffaut, but he couldn't get to the second ball. Truffaut did win it back, though. Okay, Scott. Ooh, there we go. Adams picking it up. Tavernier. Lost it for a second there, but picked it back up. Scott. Oh, I see the vision, Scott, but not quite the execution we were looking for. And then, Truffaut, you can't just let Lerma pick your pocket like that. There we go. We got Lewis Cook picking it out of the pockets. Back up to Adams. Evan Nielsen. Back to goal. That's where we want him. Tavernier. Ooh. We're getting the build-up play that we want is the good thing here. And we have had a couple of shots come from Crystal Palace, but nothing that's actually been a troublesome intervention at any point, other than a couple of the corners, which set pieces are always going to be troublesome. That's just how set pieces work. Okay, Truffert got up there. Put this back in. Tavernier, top of the box. That was a good shot with a crazy deflection. I don't hate that. Okay. One thing I will notice is that while I'm doing this, we can't get anything over the application sound. And we're not getting our audio. Oh, no! That was so against the run of play. What's going on here? Where did this Mitchell goal come from? It's Munoz into Uchi. Back to Munoz. Tyreek Mitchell is beating you in the air, Smith? What's going on? That shouldn't happen. Okay, Scott. Back to Truffert. Okay, so we really need to turn this around. I do think that the goal that we let in was so against the run of play. Okay, can we score on our own corner, though? We scored on our first corner of the game last week. Diakite didn't even go for it. But we still have the ball in the offensive third. Let's try and do something with it. Senesi. Nice patient build-up. Found Smith. Smith found Semenyo inside. Okay, Semenyo too heavy of a touch. Yeah, he's going to be all over that every time. Let's go Adam Smith. Alex Scott. Back to Lewis Cook. Okay. We've been in control of this match. The Crystal Palace goal was definitely against the run of play. I would really like us to equalize before halftime. Oh, man, Truffert just gave that man crutches. What did you just do to Munoz? Wild. Adrian Truffert. Picks Munoz's pocket again. At least, other than his assist, that they didn't count as an assist because I don't know why. It was very clearly his cross in that led to the goal. Munoz has spent almost the entirety of this first half in the Adrian Truffert penitentiary. Oh, there it is. The goal that we all knew was coming. Absolutely stellar ball from Scott, cutting it back to the top of the box. Lewis Cook crashing the box. No way anyone gets anything on that. This is such a good goal. My goodness. If my voice wasn't so hoarse from yelling so much today, we'd have a little bit more heated of a response to that, but this is an insane goal. This is so good. Okay, well, it's 0-0, boys. Let's try and win this. We've been in control. Like, our number on the match stats are insanely high. Tavernier's in behind. He's got Truffert in the build-up. Adams. Trufair into Tavernier. There we go. Back to Trufair. Oh, he beat Lerma. Oh, jeez. Just deflection after deflection. It ended up at the right guy, but Semenyo just couldn't control it. Now we got to chase down Jean-Philippe Mateta. Diakite is not having any of that. Goal kick is good for us. I don't know that we're going to get another goal before halftime, but we would like one. But anyways, at least not going into halftime down one is huge for us, because we don't deserve to be losing this match. Like, we should be winning this. We're not getting great shots away, or even numbers of shots away, but our possession numbers are high. We're making the good runs. We're winning the second balls, which is the most important part. Yeah, Tyreek Mitchell's goal was kind of out of there. But, like, if we look at these match stats, we are absolutely crushing them. 14 shots, 2 shots on target. We have 0.76 more XG, 50-50 possession. At our match momentum, there's a massive outlier where they scored, and otherwise we have been the most integral part of this match. We're going to take a minute here to figure out why the music stopped. Oh, it's because there's a bad gateway. And so the music just isn't actually playing. Let's fix that. That's now up. The chill beats, they are back. Awesome. So, what do we want to say to the boys here? We've been the better team here. Just keep what you're doing. We've been fine. Scoreline, this is actually more. Scoreline does not reflect the pattern of the game or the number of chances we've created. Keep going. We'll get there eventually. Because, like, we have been absolutely dominant this match. But the scoreline is 1-1. Okay, Diakite, honestly, not bad. We've noticed how he's been better than Hill in certain aspects of this game, for sure. He's a lot more impressive in aerial duels. He's a lot more commanding presence at the back. But he's still coming back from that injury, so let's give him some more time to come back from that. I also disagree with this. We're struggling to get shots away. We had 14 shots in the first half. Only 2 of them were on target, but we did shoot a lot. Okay, but also, this is an immediate option. Sure, we can remove shoot on sight. What happened visually here? Where did our game go? The game, she is gone. If we switch... Interesting. That's certainly an option. Okay. The game has returned. I don't know what happened there. I do like the shape, though. I also like us winning back on the press. Semenyo didn't love that shot. But we have now removed our shoot on sight, finally. Ooh, that was way closer than I thought it would be. Way to go, Tavernier. Let's go back to our broadcast view. Nice ball in. Senesi almost got there. Smith. What was that, Smith? You had all the time in the universe for that. Adam Smith just deciding that he doesn't want to actually keep that ball in play. We were doing too well. Fair, don't shoot. I don't know why my wingback is shooting to begin with. That's problem 1. My wingback should not be shooting. But Accents the Krob, really putting his life on the line for that one. Fair, Senesi. James Hill back in. Back out to Adam Smith. Ball into Semenyo. The fact that Jean-Philippe Mateta was the one that won that ball back in the box is a little strange, but I'm also okay with it, because it means that he's then not the one that's breaking the counter back at us. Okay. Play restarts with a throw-in. Time for a James Hill special. Long throw. Into Alex Scott. Alex Scott lays it off to Tavernier. Oh, that was a good shot, Tavernier. Great save from the keeper, Benitez. Keep that out. Fair. Back to Senesi. Senesi. Back to Petrovic. Petrovic over to Hill. I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea. Yeah. I don't hate the long balls in behind to try and get Tavernier running in on them. He has gotten on the end of every single one of them except that one so far this game, so that's been generally working for us. I really want to get Semenyo to shine more, and I don't really know how to do that. Because he keeps getting just abysmal ratings and not having great games. But he is a really good player, and he's definitely our best player. Which there's probably some non-zero amount of it of the game is going to try and make our best players not as good. Basically assigning more and more of the pressing duty and the close down for the AI on trying to make it so that Semenyo has bad games. Because that's what I would do if I was playing up against Semenyo, is if you can neutralize Semenyo, you neutralize a very big part of the offense that is incumbent here. Tavernier gets on the end of it, beats his man. And he finds the... Oh, he couldn't cut it back. He went for it instead. That was very clearly, if you cut that across to Evan Nielsen's for sure going to get on the end of that. Okay, I like the Alex Scott to Adam Smith. Adam Smith, can you find someone... Nope, he's going to just dribble it into Tyreek Mitchell. Now we've got to try and close down Yeremy Pino. Okay, we were able to do it. Let's make some changes. Go to our condition. Tyler Adams. Get replaced by Richardson. Marcus Tavernier. Let's swap you with Semenyo. And then on the right side, let's bring in Gannon Doak. There we go. And then Semenyo and Smith are both also tired, but let's keep them on for a little bit longer, and they can be our last two changes. For Oddly and Freeman's on our bench, Freeman, but I don't know if Freeman's on our bench. There we go, Petrovic. And Ganadoke. Yellow card immediately? What's going on here, ref? Okay, can we close down Munoz, please? There we go. Closed him down. I'll take a deflection out for a corner kick. Richardson now is on there to be the aerial presence that we lost with Diakite. Jefferson Lerma plays so far back on this team. That's kind of crazy. Daichi Kamada, there we go, we cut that out. Petrovic. Oh, Alex Scott. No! What was that, Alex Scott? You headed it back to no one. Evan Nielsen. Oh! Evan Nielsen, please don't actually be hurt. Looks like Evan Nielsen is actually hurt. That's not great. Yeah, he's calling for a sub. Excellent Lacroix, why did you kill my man Evan Nielsen? Keeping him on. I don't know how long we should keep him on. Yeah, groin injury. Let's take Evan Nielsen off for Adley. And then Smith off for Freeman. And confirm those changes. Side netting on that one. There we go. Forward out to Mitchell. Okay, we're just looking for one last breath here. In fact, I think what I actually want to do is swap Semenyo and Adley. Cement point. Okay. We have definitely been the less aggressive of the two sides this second half. But I do think we still have a good chance of winning this. Petrovic plays it out to Trufair. Trufair beats his man, beats another guy. Jefferson Lerma with the foul. What can we do with this? Why is Semenyo all the way out here? Freeman, Ganadoke gets it outside of the box. Oh, bounces it off of Jefferson Lerma's face. Numbers are back now. I was gonna say, if you let Daichi Kamada win that Senesi, we're gonna have words. And they're not gonna be pretty. I'm not liking the Crystal Palace pressure here. Okay, Hill. Long throw in. Senesi turns on it. Oh, loses it immediately. Also leaving ourselves very open to the counterattack at this point in the game. Pino just absolutely had the chance to win it there and didn't, and I am so happy he missed that. James Hill. Freeman. Freeman, can you do something with this? No? Semenyo, okay, Semenyo. Oh, why are you shooting from there, Semenyo? We still have shoot on sight on or something? It doesn't look like it. I also don't remember exactly where to get it. Shots from distance. Discourage shots from distance. Got a corner here. We've got our big man out there, Richardson. Can we find him? Adley to take. Work it towards the near post. Far post. Oh, no, can't get there. Richardson tried for it, but couldn't get there before Benitez. Line. Pretty good. Freeman's got that. Oop. Got. Okay. Oh, Adley in behind. I don't hate that. That's pretty good. He beat his man. Another corner. Richardson, if there's ever a time to be a hero, it's right now. This moment. Nope, just kicked it straight into Gehi. And then Adley just headed it right to Daichi Kamada. Okay. We are still the dominant team, for sure. We do not have the possession as much in this half as we did in the first half. Bengan and Doak. Okay, gets dispossessed by Gehi. Freeman gets to it because Kamada just didn't want to, I guess? I'm not complaining about it, but that definitely was Kamada's ball. Okay. Adley, let's be a little bit smarter with it this time. Keep our attack going. Adley was. Senesi, not so much. I like the idea, but really bad execution. Okay, what are we gonna get here? Oh, Trufair cuts out the pass. There we go, there we go. We're making a break. Oh, absolutely just demolished him, Klein. Where's the card, ref? Come on! Ref! Menyo, back to Adley. Adley is never going to be the guy that beats Klein. Oh, Richardson. There we go. Adley. Adley. Oh, so close. That was it. We are knocking on the door with 30 seconds left. You're aiming for Richardson. Back post. Do something with it. Last kick of the game. Okay, Jordy. Find something to do with it. I guess that technically qualifies. Jeez. Well, not a great turnout for us. We should have won that match. We didn't win that match. Lewis Cook is our best performer. It is disappointing that we did not win. We were definitely on top that entire time and did not get there. And that's only on us. Evan Nielsen getting injured doesn't help. I'll agree. But James Hill is still doing very good. Evan Nielsen out for 2 weeks. Diakite had an okay first game. Didn't hate it. Okay. Next match is Nottingham Forest. Dango Watara. 5 appearances away from 10 appearances. Like $500,000. Good advice. Akainu. Unu. He could be very good. He's still very young. I do like the determination and natural fitness on this, though. He would have to be a winger, though. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. It does get us to the conversation that we were having at the beginning of the stream, though, which is... I think what we want is... Semenyo in his best position. I think Semenyo's best position is inside winger. Because what he's good at is dribbling and first touch. He's also really good at finishing, which is why I've been trying to play him as an inside forward. Because if we look at the difference between inside forward and inside winger, inside forward needs finishing, which he's good at. And inside winger needs teamwork. He's also good at, but not as good as he is at finishing. Cuts inside from both wings. What other trait does he have? Runs with ball often, and runs with ball through center. So I think what we do is we just say, hey, Antoine Semenyo, you specifically, when we got you here, player instruction. You can play an inside winger. And then I want to get Semenyo just doing whatever he wants. So dribble frequency. I want him to dribble more often. He's good at it. I don't want him to hold up the ball. Freedom of movement. I want him to just be free. Run free, Semenyo. Do whatever you want. You are also one of the few people that I want to shoot. Press more often. Standard marking. Tighter marking. Tackle harder. He's marking it. Yeah. And then Evan Nielsen is out, but we do have Enes Unyal back, who was electric. Enes Unyal should have had a hat trick today. Is my not so hot take. He should have he missed a couple of absolute sitters that he should have put away. But he's almost back. You'll have him back a week before we have Evan Nielsen back from this injury. And then Krupi is back, so Krupi is now starting forward. And Krupi actually plays channel forward. Means that we want him running and roaming more. Tavernier, you've been electric. I have no notes. Tavernier's been one of the few consistent bright spots in my day. We love Tavernier. Grab a beverage. Semenyo is now adapted his game to dribble through the middle. Love that. Development advice. You have to tell me about my players. Observations. Positive impacts. Clivert's progress hampered. Bofute Diakite hampered by injury. True fair. Progressing well. Good. Alex Scott could be better than Justin Clivert. True fair. Julio Soler could become much better than Adrian Truffert. Cool. Julio Soler is in on loan from Granada. And Ben Ganondorf could be better than Antoine Semenyo. Well, then let's keep playing Ben Ganondorf. Richard Astley. For under 18s, coach? Fair enough. Staffing. We still have staff aren't coming in. Staff. Yeah, we're just still missing. We still can't get recruitment analysts. Find me recruitment analysts. Not that we're going to do any recruiting since we have no budget, but we could get budget eventually. Nottingham Forest also play a 4-2-3-1. Morgan Gibbs-White is their top goal scorer. Elliot Anderson is their best player. Den Doi. Most assists. Interesting. Andy Dixon could be pretty good, and having a good homegrown goalkeeper is huge. Homegrown any players is huge. Not that I think we're going to stick with this long enough for that to really matter, but give him what he wants for now. I think the long-term goal of this is I think that we're going to just try and finish out this season here in Bournemouth. Okay, let's look at our training. Jimenez, doing well. Scott. James Hill. Gotta let the squad know they're doing well. Because the easiest way to ruin everything that we've trying to get going here is by having our squad just have the locker room implode. Because even if we're not going to be winning a ton of games, or winning every game, or if we're underperforming what is expectations, we can only bounce back if everyone is bought in. And the way everyone buys in is by going through the motions, showing up every day, putting in the time in and off the pitch, and then making sure that we have enough credit between us and our players that when we're making the changes that we need to be making to try and solve the puzzle, kind of what I love about FM is that it's just a way for me to use my problem-solving skills over and over again and very creatively, because we're always trying to solve a different puzzle in every single match. And like there are some amount of things that are just very, very overpowered in historical amounts of this game, of just like FM24 was definitely a really big example of that, with the FM World Cup, and then the just sheer amount of time that we had as players with the game to be able to try and find different things to do with the match system and all that led to some just very overpowered tactics that it was very much if you just wanted to succeed, you could plug in these 2 or 3 different tactics and chances are you were going to succeed. And I'm not saying that we're reinventing the tactical wheel with our current stuff here. I do want to spend some time trying to understand tactics more in this. That being said, it is very obvious right now we're just doing a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. We are trying to learn something new with every single stream and with every single game, which is why I'm still playing on the extended match highlights, is so that I can see the actual whole game and see what worked and what didn't. Last game, the debrief on that is that we had just a lot of possession going through the first half of the game, and then by the time we got to the second half of the game, things started falling apart. And when things fell apart, we didn't lose, which was a net positive, because historically, if we look at how we've been performing up until this point in the save, if things had fallen apart like that, we would have just lost. But versus Crystal Palace, we were able to make sure that we were able to hold on and play through till the end. Might be a little Both Adams and Cook can play back here, right? Yeah, they can. And Adams probably wants to be a defensive midfielder, but he can be our box-to-box. And Cook, what do you want to be? Cook actually kind of wants to be our box-to-box more. And actually, because he's going to be our box-to-box, let's move Scott over here and have him still be there. So advanced playmaker is good, but we actually want him in free roll? Just be like, hey, do whatever you want? And I think the answer might be yes. Of just, hey, Alex Scott, we are going to trust you to just go do you and be unhinged. And do it. And with that, I think we'll actually move him back in there. Just let him do all the things that he's best at. And then this is our main thing that we're working on, is trying to figure out how is Semenyo going to play into this? What's Semenyo going to do? Because the other thing that we've got here is that Krupi is trying to just get in behind. He's a channel forward. He's just run into channel and try and do that. Just a thorn into defender's sides, making supporting runs into channels for their team. That's what he's just better at doing than trying to be a deep playing forward. He's just not got as much of the skill set. He doesn't have the strength. He doesn't have the composure. Most significantly, he doesn't have the strength, but he does have, for our channel forward, the technique and the ability to just kind of go do that. We're gonna have him be the channel forward. Got a full bench. We've got everything going. Okay. Big things we want to see out here is a market improvement in Semenyo's play. Thanks for the enthusiasm. We're not doing as good as they were in real life. Although it was a really disappointing draw in real life today for the Cherries. But we're trying to turn it around. We've got some good moves going on here. Sam Jamax. Most notably, what we're really excited about in this instance is we're trying to make it so that Semenyo, who is arguably the best player in the Premier League this year, can actually be the best player in the Premier League for us as well, and not just in real life. But so far, he's been shut down in most matches that we've played throughout the season. So we're trying to get him more involved. We do have some issues. Our star striker got hurt. Not necessarily a star, but our best striker got hurt last game and is out for 2 weeks. Our backup is also hurt for another week. And right now we're playing our young prospect that we just brought in. And we're hoping that he gets at least some amount of good playtime. But we have a lot of good pieces, just not a ton of good results and return on those pieces as of yet. We've got a lot of 2-1s. Oh, that was Adventure Fair. I love the idea, but when you miss the first tackle, maybe don't go through the back of him the next time. That sells. We lost the first ball and the second ball, but luckily Morgan Gibbs White offside. He's really the only person we need to care about on this team. He's their leading scorer. He's not their best player by match rating so far this season, but he does have 5 goals, which is an impressive number of goals. Oh, there you go. I like the position that Alex Scott was in there. And I don't think he would have been in that position if we had kept him on advanced playmaker. Okay, Senesi is definitely not as good at these long throws. Oh, Tavernier? Shoot that. Oh, okay. So much space, Tavernier. Alex Freeman. Alex Freeman's another one that we're really excited about. He's been really good for us. And then in real life, he just had an insane international break for the U.S. men's national team against Uruguay. He scored 2 goals in the 5-1 beating of Uruguay from right back for the U.S. men's national team. It was amazing. Yeah. I've been liking our play into the box so far. Oh, Alex Scott. There it is. There it is. That's the goal we're looking for. The main thing we're trying to do with our tactic here is we're trying to get the ball worked into the box so that we can get a lot of our wide players coming into these touchline areas and cutting it back or trying to beat in behind. This particular tactic, we're definitely trying to do more balls in behind, though, because with our 2 starting strikers injured that are better at doing hold-up play and being a more traditional number 9, we're forced to play Krupi, who's really good, but he's not strong enough to really hold the ball and let other people run on in behind him. So we need him to be another one of those threats that's just trying to run into balls in behind, and then we have to supply those from somewhere. Krupi's also not necessarily as good in the pressing structure as Evan Nielsen is what I'm noticing here, but Semenyo, once again, letting us down. He's our best player, and every time I look at him on the pitch, I'm disappointed. Adams playing in Adrien Truffert. Back to Tavernier. Okay. I like Scott better on this free roll. Oh, what a shot! Not really trouble in cells, but that was kind of crazy. We definitely have the ability to be more aggressive in this matchup, though. Okay, we lost the second ball there, but Freeman still got it for us. Adams to Freeman. There we go. That's where we're trying to get to. We're trying to get players into these areas up by the touchline from our wide areas and play it back into the box, either for our midfield to be crashing the box, because we have 2 really good DM box crashers in Adams and Cook, or to get any of our good offensive threats that are all playing and cheating towards the box from their wide positions in Tavernier and Semenyo, and when he's not injured, Kluivert. Another real big downside for us right now is that Kluivert started the season injured, and then we had him for 2 weeks, and then he got injured again. So, but he should also be back in the next 3 to 7 days. Okay, we win the second ball. There we go. Another big part of the game that I'm trying to emphasize through the tactic and our out of possession is the ability to win that second ball. Because if you win that second ball, you're able to get much better chances. Oh, okay. Oh, Cook. Insane ball by Cook there. Really good save from Sells. Senesi. Cook wins the second ball. Tavernier. Alexander Zinchenko playing like Man City Zinchenko there. One of the first inverted wingbacks for sure. Savona. Aqua. Yeah, true fair. This is now the second time that you have just absolutely demolished someone. We need you to tone it down a little bit. Love the aggressiveness for the shirt, but okay, we found Semenyo down the line. Alex Scott got on the end of it. There's the ball back. That's exactly what we are trying to do. Yeah, the long balls haven't necessarily worked out a ton. They were working better in the other ones. It's mainly you have to have a balance depending on the team that you are facing, is what I've noticed. For a lot of teams, we aren't a big enough threat for them to press aggressively. And so then we have to play a lot more tiki-taka. But if we do get pressed pretty aggressively, the only way they are able to beat the press is to try and get it out. Usually, Tavernier is the one who actually gets on the end of our long balls with any regularity and success. Semenyo should be better at it, but for whatever reason, we're having a lot harder time getting it out to Semenyo. Oh. Am I dropping frames? I don't think I'm dropping frames. You'll have the feed on my end. Where did the feed go? I have the feed. Stream is still up. Where did the feed go? Stream is still up. Where did the... It might be something on your end. Yeah, because looking at all my backend stuff, the stream didn't go down, but it does help having someone in here to let me know so that I can check things. True Fair gets hurt? That's not great. Yeah. Okay. I like the track back there from Tavernier. To be fair, how hurt are you? It looks like pretty hurt. Try and keep him on through halftime. If it was Freeman, I'd be more worried, but because Semenyo's a little bit more of a liability defensively, but Tavernier is really actually pretty good at getting back on defense and helping with the overlaps. There we go. Senesi, back out to True Fair. Okay, Scott, find someone. There we go. Semenyo, once again, doing nothing. There we go, Diakite. It has been nice having Diakite back, too. I have really liked that. This is his second game coming back from a pretty major injury after we signed him this summer. And it's just nice to have another really big physical presence in my backline, as opposed to James Hill, who has been playing very well, but is just young and not as good aerially. Tavernier. Adams. Okay, Diakite, why did you even attempt that? True Fair, putting it in for Semenyo. Can't get there before Cells. Diakite The whole reason you're in the team is to win that header. Why did you lose it to Calimundo? There we go. Elliot Anderson blocked. Callum Hudson-Odoi blocked. Alex Freeman popping up again. He's everywhere. Okay, Gibbs White is dangerous, but Cook's gonna cut that out. There we go. Oh, come on, Cook. Don't just give it back to him. Oh, Krupi's in. There we go. Now, there's no one there, Krupi. And that's not your fault. Tavernier then got here. Yeah, I don't like what Lewis Cook did there, just giving it away to their best player. Someone make a run? Semenyo will just attempt to shoot. But it almost seems like every single one of my attacking players was scared to be the one to make the run into the box there. Oh, wow. Just an absolute breakdown on set pieces. Elliot Anderson able to fire that in. I don't think that was a high probability shot. I don't think we've seen a lot of high probability shots in this game, to be honest. Like, look at this. It's just an absolute missile, and Petrovic does nothing to try and get there. Yeah, after that goal, Nottingham Forest is now up to 0.12 xG on the night, leading to their goal from that Elliot Anderson missile. Tavernier, okay. Free kick to Bournemouth. Scott brought down. Okay. And a yellow card for Willy Bolly is pretty good for us. Okay, can we do something with this Tavernier? I would agree. Jordy probably didn't have a great shot at it, just because there was everyone in his way. But it also doesn't look like it was a very high likelihood that it should have ever gotten anywhere close to going in. Okay. Krupi first back to it. Now I need you to start finding channels, Krupi. Your whole job is to try and be our forward and score. Okay, long ball over to Zinchenko. Well, usually I'm fine with the random looping passes from 25 yards out by fullbacks, but Elliot Anderson just absolutely did us in with the last one of those we let someone take, so I'm a little bit more nervous. Okay, Petrovic is doing a lot better now. There we go, Tavernier. Okay, Alex Scott, can you find something to do with this? No? Diakite. That's not Freeman. Oh, there's Semenyo. Semenyo finally cooks Zinchenko. There we go! Semenyo finally gets his first touches and starts doing something good with the ball, and it's the end of the half. Okay. What to say to the troops? Honestly, we have just been absolutely in control, and then that just freak goal from the set piece is what has brought them back into this. I wouldn't say I'm delighted, but let's hopefully see more out of Semenyo. He got something going right as halftime came, so I don't know what that was from Alex Scott, the best playmaker on my team. Oh, Semenyo, keeping with it. There's something. Adams back into Semenyo. Semenyo into the middle. That's more like what we want it to be. Nice, Truffert. No, we found Scott. Scott's gonna find someone, right? No, Zinchenko again. Scott really likes kicking the ball to Zinchenko. I can understand it, though, because he's trying to get the ball up to Semenyo, because Semenyo is, honestly, if I were on this team, the man I would always be trying to get the ball to. Because, statistically, if we look at the numbers on him, he should be able to do something magical with it. He just has been having a really hard time doing so lately. As evidenced by right there, when he tried to pass it back to Freeman and instead turned it over. And now they got Gibbs White in behind. Got the window, but Truffert gets the first. Okay, Scott, you are leading this breakaway. There's Tavernier. Cooked his man. Truffert on the outside with the overlap. Okay, Truffert, that's an option. We're trying something new with Scott. Scott, up until this point, has been playing as our center attacking midfielder as an advanced playmaker. And this is the first time where I've told him, hey, you're good at this. I'm going to put you in a free role. Do whatever you want. Try and be good about it. And he seems to have taken that as a, I'm going to cross the field whenever possible. And then just hit absolutely massive. Yeah, exactly. Truffert should have cut that back. Instead, Truffert shot it. If he had cut it back, we had every single one of our attacking players in the spot ready to do that. Truffert's injured anyway, so he might be coming off, but it also might be one of those where we try and bring back our shoot on sight, but they've changed where everything is in the new UI, so I don't know where to turn that off nowhere. Semenyo finds Freeman on the overlap. Oh, Freeman cooks his man, puts it back in. Hey, we'll take a corner. Corner gives us a chance to do something here. We've got Diakite and Senesi, both big men. Okay, corner from the other side. Run it back. Oh, Tavernier. Puts it back in again. We keep possession. It's another chance for us to keep doing stuff here. Okay. Scott out on the wing. He beat his man. He cut it back. Oh, Tavernier. Oh, that was the shot. That was it. Excellent block. Looks like we might have to make some changes here in a minute, though. Tavernier's getting tired. Truffert got hurt in the first half and is still kind of tired. Freeman is also getting tired. Okay, so let's get some fresh legs on here. Truffert, also one of the many players on the team that really just needs to kind of calm it down. Tavernier, you've been great. Always a pleasure. Get Gan and Doak on here. He's motivated. He's young. He has a lot of potential. And then Freeman, we love having you on the team. Uh, let's see something a little bit different, though. Let's see what happens if we bring on James Hill, and then what we can get away with from some just vintage Rory Delap long throws to add another dimension to our game. It also puts on another center back in our right back position to try and help us get better turnout from these corners. Jimenez finds Ganondorf. Immediate. Oh, come on, Ganondorf. Run onto that. Have some desire. Okay, Semenyo. And a chance to do something here. Wow, Alex Jimenez immediately taking over for Adrien Truffert in the just horrific tackles to get immediate yellow cards category. That's why we took Adrien Truffert off, is so that we would not have our left back just start trying to commit crimes. Diakite found Semenyo. Semenyo found Hill. Can Hill find something to do with this? Oh, well, I will take Ibrahim Sangare just kicking it immediately into the defender. I don't know. I think it was a little bit of a dive, just because I refuse to believe that Alex Jimenez, at like 5'6", has enough staying power behind his tackle to bring down like 6'4" Calimuendo, but it also seemed like it went in a little too heavy there. Okay. Got 15 minutes left. They're bringing on Nico Williams, which is pretty good for them. Should be looking pretty soon here of who can we bring in off the bench to give us a different look, because that's definitely not it. Sangare. So, players that are tired. We've got Lewis Cook, who has been honestly pretty good today. Semenyo, who has been, once again, doing almost nothing. Scott hasn't been great. As for who we can bring on, we've got Christie, we can make one midfield sub. We've got Richardson, who we can bring on if we want just another really big, tall guy. I do think I want to bring on Brooks for Semenyo, though, at this point. Because Brooks has been really good in the moments we've given him. And then if we could bring him on and hopefully get another goal, that would be good. And then if that happens, we can bring on either Christie or Richardson to have a different look in the midfield to try and hold a lead. Come on, ref. Okay, can Brooks find something here? Hill tried to get on that. Okay. Try and win the first ball, but for sure let's win the second ball. We won the first ball, we won the second ball. What was that? What was that? Come on. That's the third time now, ref. Every time Krupi gets his foot on the ball, they hack him. Ben Gannon Doak. Oh, nice close down defending. Cook back to Krupi. Krupi. Alex Jimenez, find your outlet. Didn't find his outlet. Okay. At this point, I think we bring off Cook for Richardson. Just another free kick. Richardson hopefully can make a difference on this one, because we brought on Amir Richardson, 6'4" Moroccan. If you ever need a target to aim at, that's your guy. Oh, no, Brooks just going to try and take that one. Okay. Hill with the long throw. Richardson gets there first, but loses it. It's still a corner. Okay, Tyler Adams, let's work it back up in there. Okay. There we go, James Hill. Up to Brooks. Hill. Brooks, no. Oh, there you go, Richardson. Scott, find someone. He found someone. Oh, Gannon Doak, what was that? Okay. Matt Sells is just going to try and kill this game. Jimmy Richardson. There's... Oh, Brooks. Go! Doak! There it is! We finally did it! That's the plan! You get it wide, you work it in, and then someone shoots. Finally. All of the subs touched that. Hill to Richardson to Brooks, and then finally across the box to Ben Gannon Doak, the Liverpool youngster. Buries it finally past Matt Sells. That's what we've been looking for. Okay. Now, for my next trick, let's not concede in the last 20 seconds of this game. Ref, get rid of Bakwa. He keeps hurting my players. I know he's having a horrible day because he's been put in the Adrian Truffert into Alex Jimenez penitentiary, but... No, that was a good shot. It made up for all of the other previous horrible shots from Ben Gannon Doak that we've seen today. Finally put him in front of goal, where he had no chance but to hit it. There we go. Was it pretty? No. Did we get there? Eventually. And that's all that matters, is we win. Man of the match performance for us from Ben Gannon Doak with the late goal. Matt Sells had the best performance for Nottingham Forest. Bakwa got put in the penitentiary of my left backs. Great day to be a Bournemouth fan. Let's go, Cherries. That's a good win. Was it pretty? No. But all that matters is 3 points at the end of the day. It puts us in 10th, which is good. Tied for 8th, just behind on goal difference because we started off so poorly with the season. Behind Villa and Everton. So, not bad place for us to be. Truffert is 1 match from 10 appearances, which will make it so we have to pay Rennes 800,000. Fleetwood got their James Hill money. There we go. Okay. Next week we have Man City, which is going to be interesting. At the beginning of the season, I would have been a lot more scared. I'm still very scared, but we have started turning things around in recent performances. No goals from 7 touches in our penalty area is big for us. 73 entries into the final third into 17 shots on goal. Yeah, he was back to goal and turned and had a defender on him and stuck it near post. In fact, if we want to, we can probably go back to our... where did they put this now? This is a good learning opportunity to find where this lives now. Historically, we've been able to just go here, and we can click on it, and we can pull up the replay. We can even look at it at a different angle. This Gannon-Doak goal this was really good, especially coming back to back off of this into the off of the Crystal Palace match that we had before this, where we were so dominant in that match, and to only walk away with a draw was... But here's Gannon-Doak with his back to the goal, and then he turned before he received it, and just buried it. Just beautiful goal for Gannon-Doak. Apparently at some point we are playing Derby County. Probably in a cup. I'm fine with that. That shouldn't... Oh yeah, Carabao Cup. We are playing... Honestly, is that today? No, we're playing them in 2 days. So we have Derby County next, and then we have Man City at the weekend. So we've got 2 games this week. That shouldn't be too bad for us. Derby County's another one of those teams that I know a weird amount about, because back when they were having all the relegation troubles, I want to say in the financial troubles back in 2023, Mac Allen has been injured. He fractured his arm. We will send that to a specialist. Back when they were in a whole bunch of financial troubles at Derby, one of the many saves that I did back in, I want to say, FM 22 or 23 was Derby County, trying to see if we could get them situated without having to really suffer through all of the penalties that come from financial mismanagement. And there's some pretty good players on this team. They've bounced back pretty well from having to go down to League One and then win their way back up into the Championship. They're not doing great in the Championship, but like Ben Burton Diaz is a very good Championship player. One of the favorite funny stories of just everything is Ben Brereton Diaz being a Chilean national team and one of the better players in Chilean national team. This guy was born and raised in England, lived in England his entire life, trained at the Nottingham Forest Academy, and then when he was like 21, his mom is from Chile, and he just went to the Chilean Football Association and asked, "Hey, can I play for you? Would you let me on the team?" And they immediately said yes, and he has been one of the better players for the Chilean national team ever since then. Still, as far as I know, several years on, doesn't speak a word of the language. but just goes and he plays striker for Chile. Such a cool story. Okay. There we go. Our injured players are starting to come back. So we've got Clivert coming back for the weekend, which will be huge for our match against City. We've got Enes Unal, which is also pretty good for us. He's not great. Football is the universal language. You don't need to know Spanish as long as you know ball, is what we learned from the cautionary tale of Ben Brereton Diaz. Evan Nielsen comes back in 1 to 4 days. Unal is good for us because now we have 2 strikers again on our 23-man squad. It also means that we have a starting striker for the weekend. Okay. Tactical advice. Team instructions. What can you tell me tactically about a team that I haven't thought about in years? Kick long from goal. They're good at forcing turnovers with a high press. Oh, so they're trying to play a really high press. Okay. That is a way to play through the press. Yeah. I would love to just bypass the press. And then... shorter passing game? We can play a good shorter passing game. I will apply all of these for the next match. This means more of our long balls in behind, but we should be able to get on those. And then these are... what do they want us to do to Ben Brereton Diaz? Mark him? Press him? And to tackle him harder? I'm on board. As long as we can shut him down... oh, Ryan Brewster has ended up here too? It's another one of those... just years and years of playing FM and trying to go through the lower leagues of England. Ryan Brewster is one of those guys that you just always end up signing because up until the championship, he is just lights out as a striker. And then you get into the Premier League and he's fine, but he definitely falls off. Move him to the U21s. Adam Smith, I'm just going to keep delaying the inevitability of talking to you because you're great and we love having you around, but also I don't know how much longer we can... I don't know how much longer you even want to keep playing, to be fair. Adam Smith, you're 35. Okay, combined... we don't want to play Semenyo in this match, and I don't even think we want to play Scott in this match. Semenyo can be Brooks. Scott can be Adley. How off fitness are you? I think we actually do want to play Uno now that he's back. We'll swap him back to a deep lying forward because that fits our positions better. With that, we do still want to have on the bench Krupi. Let's put Krupi on the bench instead of Nagalo, I think. Actually, let's play Nagalo instead of Senesi for this match. Just give the backups some opportunity to play. This is a cup match. We don't need to be playing our star players. Especially since we have another match in 4 days against the best team. Smith does want to die with his boots on, but I don't know that I want him to because he is actually one of the better players for us, and about every 2 weeks he gets injured and then is out for 3 more weeks. And it hurts me, even though this is a game and not real life, to watch Adam Smith just go out and try and give his all every single night and then get absolutely clattered. Because Believe it or not, as much as he wants to die with his boots on, the amount I'm playing him, I think he will just die with his boots on. Swap Cook for Richardson. And then... Honestly, is... he might not show up because he's probably still available for the U21s and U18s. But if he's not absolutely shattered, this might be a... game to play. Where is he? Milosevic? Oh yeah, there he is. Milosevic. This guy's gonna be the future. This is just infinite potential. 18 years old, 13 jumping reach, 6'4", 13 heading. Everything we're gonna want. So strong. Is he fast? No. We don't need our 6'4" Serbian center back to be fast. That's what we have other center backs for. That can be Nagalo's job today. Nagalo's got plenty of pace, and he's 6'1". There we go. But what we want is just Milosevic to just be in here breaking skulls and getting the ball out of here. Plus, we're playing against... speaking of Truffert, we could play Jimenez, also play Soler. You can find him. Where are you, Soler? Look for my left back options. I have no left back options. I know he's on my... I know he... Oh no, he's the one that's on loan out. That's why I can't find him. Cool. Well then, let's just swap Truffert with Jimenez. Is Jimenez on a yellow card warning? Yes. Will Jimenez almost inevitably get a yellow card in this match? Also yes. But, you know, we'll take it one step at a time. And Ganondorf can come on here. Yeah. This should be good. We should be able to win this match. Playing in Pride Park Stadium in lovely Derby County. Go put on a show, boys. Impress me. Especially playing a lot of our backups and playing a lot of the young boys. This is a time for a lot of people that we don't get to give a lot of playing time to really impress and put on a show. As well as for Enes Unal to just get match fit again. We're going to do a pretty strict Enes Unal only plays the first 45 minutes of this match. Since we actually, I think, want to start him in our match against Man City at the weekend. Tyler Adams showing up everywhere. Oof. See, it's another one of those where I don't know how I feel about corner tactics in this game still. Because I definitely know how overpowered they were in the last game in FM24. But in my experience here, of playing against them, I have conceded more corners than I have scored for sure, but also they don't look really threatening for either me or the AI that is also using them. So it is just kind of an interesting. Where does this go? Adley, please, please be faking it. Oh, nope, there comes on the training staff. Okay, they took him off. Enes Unal plays out to Richardson. Ooh. Exactly, give him the magic spray. Where's my magic spray button? Bruised ribs, but we should be able to nurse him. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a magic spray injury. Just get the cold spray out, spray it on your ribs, you'll be fine. See? There you go! Milosevic immediately doing what we put him in here to do. Be 6'4" and Eastern European and break someone's leg. That's a yellow card I'll take any day of the week. That's a character-building yellow card. Okay. Once again, Enes Unal showing why he is our backup striker and not our starting striker in losing the ball that Evan Nilsson probably would have won, but still better at winning it than Krupi. Gannon Doak finding the overlap. There we go. Jimenez cut this back. Tyler Adams. Oh, good save from Vickers there. That's the Bournemouth way. Okay, can we find Richardson? No? But Gannon Doak is at the top of the box, and it does not matter. There we go! Goal! Gannon Doak! 2 goals in 3 matches for Ben Gannon Doak. Keeper got a hand on it and just did not matter. Way to go, Ben Gannon Doak. Now I can see why all of our internal scouting reports say that someday he's going to be better than Antoine Semenyo. Oh, Rion Brewster in behind. Okay, flag was up. There we go. So we've dropped our line since the beginning of the season, which has been really good for us. Dylan Brooks winning that back immediately. We're on a counter here. Freeman continuing with it. Oh, found Adley. Brooks, back to Adley. Richardson, I don't know what that was. One of the many places where we miss Cook when we play Richardson, because Cook is better at taking those. I mean, Cook is also just kind of all around a better player, but Richardson was a really good pickup that I still kind of stand by from one of the few pieces of transfer business that we did this summer that weren't already done by the game for us. Okay. We didn't sign Richardson for that. We signed Richardson because he was less than $4 million. Yeah, no, some of these Derby County passes are absolutely insane. Damona Gallo was another one of our signings that we picked up in the offseason when Bofide Diakite was hurt. And we had only 2 center backs at the club. So good to see him getting some playing time, but also just committing wanton fouls. Love seeing this down here, that we have 2 yellow cards in our back 2 players. Yeah, I'm not necessarily believing the quality of pass that we're getting from from the 17th best team in the championship right now. Vyman? Okay, Tyler Adams, talk your way out of this one, please. There we go. As long as we don't have a third player on a yellow card in the first half. Not even the first half, first 30 minutes. Miracle of miracles so far is that Alex Jimenez also doesn't have a yellow card. Ben Gannon Doak. Ooh, come on, ref! You did not just see 27 shove him? Yeah, Amir Richardson, please stop shooting. We've had a meeting about it. We love having you on the team. You're very good defensively, and you're very, very tall, and you were very, very cheap. But you have 0 long shots, and you keep shooting from like 25 yards out and thinking that it's gonna go in, and it just never will. Please stop. Signed. The shove was so obvious. See, I'm not crazy. The shove was absolutely obvious. I love Freeman on the overlap here, though. Just acres of space. Okay, Richardson. Good pass. We didn't shoot it from 30 yards out this time. Adams, worst pass. Learn from Richardson. Freeman, cut it across. Ooh. This is a new angle. Haven't seen this one before. It's the we kick it straight to Tyler Adams angle, which, you know, I can get used to that. Van Gannon Doak finds Jimenez as the outlet. Back into Jimenez. Oh, Jimenez with the shot. Gannon Doak, another shot. Crazy deflections in the box there. That was so close. That should have been Ben Gannon Doak's second goal of the game. Now it's just Ben Gannon Doak fouling to get the ball back. Marty? There we go, Richardson. Oh, Adams came running for that. Freeman, don't let him just beat you like that. Well, it was Brooks that got beat, but the statement still stands. Why are we letting Beck just absolutely cook the right side of our defense like that? Oh, wow. Dennis to get back to stop that. That was an absolute missile. Miloslavich doing his job, winning those headers. Once again, we're seeing the hubris of playing our backups instead of playing our starters. Dennis has to punch that away. Petrovic would have been able to save that and hold on to it. Oh, geez. They're really peppering us here. Halftime cannot come soon enough. Brooks. Nagalo got there. There we go. Richardson. Found Audley. Found Uno. Oh, look at Jimenez on the overlap there. Perfect pass. Oh, come on. Unal was all over that. Great play from Enes Unal. That's what we've been missing without having Evan Nielsen, is someone that can make passes like that and can hold up the ball and be the number 9 that we're looking for out of this team. After the death of the number 9 in the high tiki-taka days of early Man City and Barcelona, Pep Guardiola, we're really seeing a resurgence, and it's one of those things that we're seeing a lot in the top leagues now, is people desperate to try and find the next big number 9s that can actually do a lot of that deep-lying forward play of picking up the ball, even in your own half sometimes, and just finding the abilities to play with your back to the goal. And we're lucky here that we have Evan Nielsen, who is very good at it. He can win those balls, he can get them into the right places. Having Enes Unal as a backup is also great, but Krupi, he's good in other ways. He's good at getting behind, he's good at getting tricky, and he's very fast, but just doesn't have the ability to make those passes and hold up the ball like Unal did. Getting out wide and then making the run in to be on the receiving end. Well, not as comfortable or solid of a lead as I would have liked to have, but we're doing great. We could find a better gear. As far as tactics, we have to make our Unal sub here. Bring on Krupi. Just because we can't get away without doing so. We need Unal later this week. And if we don't pull him now, we're not going to have him. Working the ball around our defense. Freeman finds Brooks. There we go. Someone give Brooks the outlet. Nope, doesn't need it. Tries to find Adli. Adli can't finish it. Build back up from the back. Recycle this ball. Bengen and Doak now. Into the box. Finds Krupi. Finds Adams. Oh! Now, I don't know why Krupi didn't just shoot it when he got it 7 yards in front of the goal, but that Adams shot was still very good, and it is what we set him up to do, is cut back and find the open shot. Okay, Brooks. Back to Adams. Oddly. Adams just clipping through the geometries of that man. Oh! Well, I don't hate it. Was it a great shot? No, but I did like that we took it. Maybe a play onto Krupi next time for a better shot, but it was better than Richardson taking the shot, and that's what was happening at the beginning of this game, so we'll take the small victories where we can find them. Milicevic doing what we put him in here to do. Amir Richardson leading the break is not something I want, but okay, here we are. Krupi leading the break, much more comfortable with that. Gets absolutely demolished by Adams, though. There we go, Amir Richardson. Yeah, Alex Freeman. Oh, Jimenez. Way to get there with the follow-up. I love that we got the second ball. Should have been a goal. Oh, there we go. Amir Richardson, finally. Finally, we get Amir Richardson on the end of a corner, and he puts it in the back of the net. The whole reason we signed him. He is the tallest man on the field. He's the tallest man on our club. And he rises above the rest and just buries that. Let's go. 2-0 Bournemouth. Amir Richardson. Amir Richardson again. He's everywhere. Alex Freeman finds Amir Richardson. It's hard not to. He's so tall. Oh my goodness, Amir Richardson! What in the world was that goal? Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can get a better angle for this goal. Can we get... No. Okay, I don't know how to fix this, but this goal is absolutely insane. Richardson, of course, there's nothing that his head will never find. But Adams, off of the volley, doesn't even touch the ground from Adams' head to Richardson's left foot and then the back of the net. What in the world? I think this game alone was what made it that Richardson... If Richardson doesn't score another goal all season, the $4 million we paid for him in the offseason that we financed by selling our third-string right back is worth it. Like, that was absolutely insane. Yeah, we have to get our hats ready. At this point, if we don't get an Amir Richardson hat trick, it's going to be a crime, because that first goal was great. That second goal was absolutely unhinged. Amir Richardson, take a bow. Get this guy a perfect hat trick. Let's go get him a goal with his right foot now. Amir Richardson doesn't even speak English yet. He's just balling out. Once again, football is a universal language, and Amir Richardson is fluent. Okay. Let's make some changes. Adley, we've been nursing you back to health this entire game. We don't need to keep nursing you anymore. You can come get your rest. You've earned it. Let's bring on Christie for Adams. And then Freeman also. He's really tired. We don't really have anyone else. We forgot. We have Cook. Cook can play right back. There we go. Lewis Cook. Man, the myth, the legend, and our backup right back. Okay. Freeman, there we go. Okay, Cook from right back. There we go, Cook. Oh, Brooks in behind. Oh, ref. I like it when you call the correct things, but you already didn't call a penalty this game, and you called that offsides. Was it offsides? Probably, but that doesn't mean that I like it. The long ball over the top to Ben Brereton Diaz. Gets shut down by Cook. We love it. It did look offsides. It was offsides, but we don't need to. We don't need to give the refs anything. They already denied us a very blatant push in the back for a penalty earlier this game. Oh, Ben Gannon-Doak winning the second ball. Lewis Cook. Richardson. Cook. Oh! Christie, you were supposed to let Richardson hit that. It's his hat trick. Ryan Christie. Oh. Okay. We gonna get a card for that, ref? Come on. No, just a talking to? A firm talking to? Okay, Ryan Christie. If this doesn't somehow end up in a third goal off of the head of Amir Richardson. No, instead it's Milosevic just absolutely hammering it from 30 yards out because that's who we want taking those shots. Is our 18-year-old Eastern European center back. How could I have missed it? Way to go, Jimenez. Gannon-Doak. What's going on? You are pretty tired, though. That could probably be it. We can do something about that. Semenyo. And then Brooks for Tavernier. No, we already made all of our changes, so just Semenyo coming on. Whoa! Whoa, ref! Just stuck his foot through his leg. There we go. With some nice 1-2 play there. Okay, Richardson, do something insane. No, well, that's safer. Once again, we get the ball to Richardson. Oh, every time Richardson touches the ball now. Okay, there. Richardson has come back to earth. Oh, that was closer than it should have been. Okay, Amir Richardson found Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook found Brooks. There we go, Dennis. Claim that. That's you. Oh no, Will Dennis fractures his lower arm making that goal kick? We're out of subs. Our backup goalkeeper, who is our current goalkeeper, has a fractured lower arm. We're gonna put on the waste all of the time in the world, lower our tempo. We are just going to try and hold this ball forever and hope that Dennis doesn't just die on the pitch. Ow, that has to... They're telling me that this man has a fractured lower arm and he just made that catch. Why did we even let him stay on the pitch? Not that I have anyone that I could put on for him, but like... Okay, Nagalo, you cannot let this go back to Dennis. We just need Dennis to be so safe. But I mean, this is a good thing to know is that the goalkeeper injuries are still as frequent as they were in the last game. Okay, once again, we play protect the goalkeeper. No, not pass back to Dennis. The man has a broken arm. Can't expect him to play sweeper keeper with a broken arm. There we go. Semenyo absolutely cooking people that are a division lower than him. Maybe that's the secret to make Semenyo look good. Just need to only ever play him against championship teams. Sure, we can be just so defensive. Is it fun, exciting soccer to watch? No, but it hopefully makes it so that they never attempt another shot on goal and we ask Dennis to make a save with a broken arm. That was closer than it should have been for how bad of a shot that was. Cook. Jimenez. Back to Nagalo. Yes, exactly where I want Alex Scott to be when we're trying to break down a low block. At the halfway line. Exactly like we drew it up. Yeah, 7 minutes at it. I don't get it. I don't understand. We all watched as Dennis broke his arm and no one even came to help him and he stood up in 30 seconds. Where they got this 7 minutes at a time is preposterous. Okay, just blow the whistle, ref. Just blow the whistle. Every time they play a ball in anywhere near my keeper. There we go. We've got this done. Whew! That was a great win for the boys. Let's go, Cherries. I'm so sorry, Will Dennis. We played you for your first game all season, and you died. That was good. Oh, jeez. The Amir Richardson brace was not one I was ever expecting. Will Dennis, badly fractured lower arm, out for 3 months. And $11,500 so that we could send him to a specialist so that he hopefully doesn't break his arm again. Wild. Who do we even have on our squad as our third place keeper right now? We have to call someone up, don't we? Our only goalkeepers... we are seeing everyone here. So who... If we go to general info, who is our third best goalkeeper? So we got Jordy, and we've got Dennis. Callan McKenna, 18 years old. Looks like he's our next best goalkeeper at the club. Either him or Kai Crampton, who's also 18 years old. Well, at least we have them. That's, the most important part of this is that we have Callum McKenna's good enough that he's wanted by actual championship clubs like Watford, Bristol City, and Leicester. So, like, honestly, not a bad backup for us to have, especially only at 18. By the time he gets to be Jordy Petrovic's age, maybe he'll be as good as Jordy Petrovic. And by the time Jordy Petrovic uh, is 8 years older, he'll be 34, and we'll finally be looking for a new goalkeeper. Unless we sell Jordy Petrovic between now and then for a better goalkeeper. Danny Dixon, goalkeeper, just turned professional. He has loans for South Shields and Chelmsford. Okay. Thanks for watching. It's been great having you. Thanks for being active in chat. Let's see what this Man City game looks like. They say to play Semenyo up front. Interesting. For fitness reasons, I could get that. Depends on, I think, how fit we have Enesunyo. Erling Haaland with 12 goals is just an insanity, always. Which, I mean, it tracks. Guy was been electric already this year, for both club and country. It's the absolutely insane goal differential that Norway as a country had in their qualifying group to qualify for the World Cup this year was absolutely wild. Do a quick recruitment. David Watson at Kilmarnock. Really? Interesting. Okay. Good young Scottish player. Currently pretty good. Potentially could be very good. Very committed player. Matches new signing objectives. Learn more about David Watson. Plays good in all three aspects of the midfield. Like that. Good as a box-to-box. Does not have the long shots. 18 long throws. 17 work rate. 18 natural fitness. 15 stamina. Is he fast? No. Very much not. Can pass pretty well. Pretty good at reading the game off the ball. I really like David Watson. David Watson, you get to go on the shortlist, buddy. Marcus Dackers, Welsh 22-year-old forward, also at Kilmarnock. Best role target forward. We don't hate that. Vert deep lying forward, which you're also pretty well suited to. He is 6'7". He has 18 jumping reach and 16 strength. And he's 22 years old. Kilmarnock, we might be rating. We might be rating. Marcus Dackers, get in. Ben Nelson, we all know Ben Nelson. Ben Nelson would be very good. Leicester's a big thing for people here at the Jank Drawer, namely me here at the Jank Drawer, because I'm a big fan of Leicester City. a little sad that they're in the championship right now, but Ben Nelson is a good pickup. Is he someone we could afford? No, because we have no money, but he does fit a lot of the things we're looking for. Yarmouk at Brentford also would be huge. Could we afford Yarmouk? No, definitely not. But he would be really good. Rodrigo Gomez plays a lot of positions we like. Can fit into both of our wingback roles. He can fit into both of our attacking midfield winger roles. Does not like big matches, and for that I will have to pass. Milombo, Anthony Milombo, 20-year-old wonder kid. Would we sign him? No. Matthias Tell. Who wants to buy him? Man United? Of course Man United wants to try and buy Matthias Tell. We cannot afford Matthias Tell. Buonanotte. We also can't afford Nico Riley. Would be great. Nico Riley wanted by Man United. Not surprised. Nico O'Reilly is very good. Injury prone. Lewis Miley, also very good. Yessi Nayari, very good. Man United just wants everyone. Shamsuddin Talbi, honestly not bad. He's been very good for Sunderland this year, and Sunderland has been absolutely overperforming in real life. Osula, also pretty good. Josh King. Josh King's also been doing great right now for Fulham. Fulham's not doing good, but Josh King is doing good for Fulham. Dev at Burnley. Bergval. Carletia Young. Rooney Baji. Rooney Baji being on loan for us could be a move in January, depending on where we're at. Gonzalo. Gori Oskarsson, Real San Sebastian. 21-year-old striker, false 9. Maybe. We'll keep the report. Kusanov at Man City. Ooh, Kusanov might be a good move for us. Because Kusanov is so good. Such a good center back. He would immediately be the best center back at our club. And he is loan listed. We might move on that. Sungoto Magasa, West Ham. Okay. Merlin Hall. Maxalien, David Collier. Campos, Babesculas. Montiel, Thiago Palacios. Feliz. Porta, we don't care about. Maher Carrizo. Velez. I don't know about this. We'll keep this report. Anyano, Arcon, Pimpong. Yeah. Bournemouth training review. Our rounds. James Hill. Trained well. Alex Scott. Trained well. Bien too fair. Duck. Minutes. Consumenio. Richardson. Livert. Okay. We're performing on average! Yay! We've improved from we were performing poorly. Rico Lewis is the worst performing defensive player. Love that. Worst performing defending team is Burnley. Not us. Saying it's not us. Perfect. All I've ever wanted is to not be the worst. We can hit that goal, we're killing it. Supporters are pleased. They're very disappointed against our loss to Brighton, and disappointed with the detail to loan out Julio Soler. Julio Soler could have been better for us. We'd kept him, maybe. Got good team cohesion. We've got a great dressing room. Okay, so we got Clivert, we've got Ganondorf, we've got Scott, we've got Semenyo. Enesunal is only good for 45 minutes, though. And how good is Clivert? Clivert's good forever. Okay. I'm not the most thrilled with this, but I am fine with this. Who do we have playing? We have Alex Jimenez playing right back. Freeman, I guess, will be back in 2 days. I don't hate playing him injured. I do, but it can happen. Yeah, I think this is the team that gives us the best chance of success. McKenna gets to come along. No time like the present, let's pull off the band-aid. Let's try it. The worst thing that happens, we lose to one of the best teams in the world? Oh no. Go play with freedom. There is no pressure on us. The pressure is entirely on them. They are expected to win this match. We are expected to lose. If we prevent anything other than... If we create anything other than a loss from this match, we look like the absolute best players in the world. So play with that kind of freedom, boys. We've got this. Let's go, Cherries. Nice cook. Menyo. Ganondorf. Over the top into Clivert. Clivert's in behind. Found Semenyo. Back to Clivert. Scott. Goal. Oh my goodness. Please be onside. Please be onside. Come on, ref. Come on, ref. Let it stand. Let it stand. Anthony Taylor. It's good! My goodness! In the opening 3 minutes, we're up ahead. We're beating Man City. Semenyo, back to Clivert. Clivert into Scott. Scott buries it. Donnarumma can't get anywhere close. Absolutely insane goal. Absolutely insane goal. My goodness. Oof. Okay. Pressing structure's holding up still. Still doing pretty good. Kovacic. Gianni Reinders. Holland is offsides for sure. Nowhere close to being onside there, Erling Haaland. Would I have liked to see better from Jordi Petrovic, even if they were offsides? Yes, but he was so far offsides. Like, that was not anywhere near close. Like, look at this. Look at this goal. He's a full, like, 10 yards ahead of my defense. Just, like, nowhere near them. Jordi Petrovic can't get it past Holland, but we always win the second ball. That's where we're best. Adrien Truffert. Oh, Phil Foden. How is that not a foul? Ref! There we go, Adams. Semenyo. Oh, Semenyo gets brought down, but Ganadok is in behind. Okay, that's also... How was that not a handball, ref? I watched him hit that off of his hand before it went out for that corner. Also, I hate this lighting with how the ref looks in my low res, because it just looks like our ref is only wearing shorts. And is just shirtless. So, same with this guy. That is not enough of a tone difference between the ref's shirt and the ref's skin tone. Gannon Doak just tripping. Like, that wasn't even a tackle. He just fell over. Played through the press. There we go. Semenyo, not quite there. Erling Haaland. There we go, Diakite. That's what we want. If we can have him on a stretcher, preferred. But Boffa Diakite, I am more than willing for you to have that yellow card. Yanni Reinders. Ooh, there we go. Over the crossbar. That's all we can ask for. Okay. Build back from the back here. Try and hit him on the break. Nope, we're just absolutely booting it long. Nico O'Reilly is the first to it. Phil Foden. Acres of space. Truffert. That looked clean to me, ref. I don't know what you saw, but what I saw, that looked clean. Phil Foden. Right into the loving, safe arms of Jordi Petrovic. Who hits it long to Kluivert, and it doesn't go anywhere. Alex Scott. Can't get there. Oh, Ben Gannon-Doak picks their pocket. They get too cute with it. The Pep Guardiola team, all they're going to do is pass back and forth. Gannon-Doak into Scott, back to Gannon-Doak, back to Scott, Cook, Kluivert, Cook. Okay. Cook, you remember everything we just said last game about how we like you in here instead of Richardson because you don't do that? And then you immediately do that. Donnarumma's playing it out to Rico Lewis, into Phil Foden. Any Reinders, Phil Foden. Oh, Alex Scott picks Reinders' pocket. Gannon Doak finds Jimenez on the overlap. Jimenez finds the safe pass back into Doak. Doak beats his man. Finds Jimenez. Oh, who shoots way too high. We are definitely outperforming Man City, though. Like, this is not close. John Stones, Rico Lewis. Okay. Rico Lewis back out to Phil Foden. There we go, Adams. Scott picks it up, finds Gannon Doak. Gannon Doak finds Semenyo. Semenyo back to Scott. Oh, that should have been Scott's second goal of the game. Insane save from Gianluigi Donnarumma to save that. Alex Scott is playing midfield like a man possessed. Oh, Gannon Doak. That was such a good driving ball. The deflection saves them. Gannon Doak again. Oh. fingertip save from Gianluigi Donnarumma. Donnarumma gets his mitts to it again. Ganondorf first to the second ball as always. Alex Jimenez, play it back to Jordi. Let's just reset this. We are in the driver's seat. We do not need to let them have any opportunities to take it away from us. Okay, little bit much there, but I like where your head's at. John Stones, plays it up to Foden. We press. Plays it back into Foden. We press. Ryan Nori, we press. Naki. Jeremy Doku, Nico O'Reilly. Jeremy Doku, Alex Jimenez doing the Lord's work. Backup, fill in right back because both of our right backs are hurt. Alex Jimenez just absolutely laying out Jeremy Doku. Bent him over his knee on that one. Oh, and then actually clean tackle when he doesn't need to foul him because it would have been a penalty. We love it. We love to see it. We don't love Ben Ganondorf immediately turning it back over to Jeremy Doku. Alex, you had already won that ball. I don't know why you won the ball and then reached backwards to kick Jeremy Doku in the thigh, but you did. Oh, there we go. And Jeremy Doku getting the header over the bar is great for us, too. Okay, Jordy. Maybe don't kick it straight into Erling Haaland this time. Nope, he did. Okay, Cliver's just going to throw Foden to the ground because we are playing bully ball. Disallowed goal. We love that. This is the second one of the game. Nathan Ake this time. I will take 0 comments at this time about how much I paid the refs before this game. Okay, Rico Lewis, back to Stones. Dale Kovacic, Nico O'Reilly, Jeremy Doku. Hooked us. There we go, Petrovic. Antoine Semenyo couldn't win that one, but I don't blame him. He's not really good at that. Oh, to be fair, you should have been better at that, though. Like, you could physically see Phil Foden right there. Like, he wasn't even that far. He was right up on you. Oh, there we go. Ben Ganondorf wins it back. Alex Scott finds Semenyo. Semenyo finds Alex Jimenez on the overlap. Jimenez tries to put it back in. It's going to be another corner. 5th corner of the game for Bournemouth. We have to score on one of these. Crazy that Ben Ganondorf didn't score on 2 of these. Alex Jimenez gets it this time, though. Plays it back into Cook. And that's going to be harmlessly grabbed by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Okay. Okay, Erling Haaland in behind. Great save. He was offsides, but also huge save from Jordi. Jordi came up massive when that mattered. Even when it didn't matter, he still came up massive. Okay, Clivert, let's be a little bit better with our touch on that one, bud. Jordi, there we go. Haaland, welcome to Jordi Petrovic's box. He's not going to let you do anything. There we go, Jimenez. Okay, it's a corner. Don't love a corner. Not a huge fan of Man City having a corner right now, if I'm going to be honest. Which I will. Not a huge fan. That being said, we did pretty good. Nessie plays it out to Kluivert. There we go. Oh, Rico Lewis. We really want to be punishing Rico Lewis. He was the one that they showed us on the statistics as the worst defending player in the Premier League. Ben Gannon-Doak, absolutely unlimited space in the box. How did no one pick him up? That's incredible. Alex Jimenez with the vision. What in the world? Alex Jimenez just finds Ben Gannon-Doak completely unmarked. Runs past the entirety of the defense. Ryan Nori is trying to track him from left back across the entire box. And neither of the center backs leave their man to pick him up. Oh, Ben Gannon-Doak to put us 2-0 up against... In our world, I think Man City is currently the best team in the league. This is insane. This is what dreams are made of. Oh, and Alex Jimenez once again putting Jeremy Doku in the Alex Jimenez penitentiary. Oh, Cook cutting out the pass from Mateo Kovacic. Ben Gannon-Doak running on the outside in the overlap there. Wins it back from Nathan Ake. Finds Adams. Adams plays it out wide to Adrien Truffert. Runs with the ball into space. Oof. A Phil Foden foul. Has to stop the play somehow. Do we have 30% possession? Yes. Do we have a 2-goal lead? Also yes. That's halftime. And we lead Man City, who, we check right now, is currently 4th in the league. Where we, as Bournemouth, Tottenham Hotspurs are 2nd in the league right now? Crazy. Arsenal are 1st. Okay, that makes sense. Arsenal are very good right now. We at Bournemouth are 10th, and we currently have a 2-0 lead at halftime in Manchester over Manchester City. Keep it going, boys. This is absolutely electric. Nico Gonzalez came in for came out, and Ryan Nori came out. Tired of just Ben Gannon-Doak absolutely cooking people. Alex Jimenez. Oh, Scott almost got a 2nd goal of the game there. Bofte Diakite. Alex Jimenez. There we go. When in doubt, Jordy's always safe. Adrien Truffert. Found Justin Kluivert. Kluivert couldn't get there, but Truffert doesn't care. Truffert. Kluivert. Kluivert, can he square it? Nope, he took it himself and he scores! We're up 3-0. We've scored in the first minute of the second half. This is absolutely insane. Justin Kluivert picks it up. Absolutely schools Gianni Reinders and then just buries it far post in the side netting. This is an absolutely electric turnout from our 3 attacking midfielders. They're speechless. There's nothing they can do. There is nothing they can do. Oh, and this, Foden, a gift. Semenyo finds Kluivert. Kluivert, Truffert on the overlap. Truffert, he's got so many people crashing the box. Loses it to Foden, but a corner's going to keep up that pressure. Absolutely insane. These are electric scenes that we're having here in Manchester City. The Etihad has never seen an absolute thrumming like this. Jimenez is not looking great. Ganondorf is also pretty tired. Oh, Ganondorf in behind. They're able to cut it out, but that was terrifying for them for a minute. Phil Foden here gets absolutely lambasted by Adrien Truffert. Just body checks him. Yellow card for Truffert, but I do not care. Phil Foden, stay down. Tiani Reinders to take the corner. Corner's out. Jordi Petrovic cleanses, just grabs it out of the air from Erling Haaland's forehead. Ball's back into play. That's not going to trouble John Stones. Nico O'Reilly, Nathan Aki, John Stones. Plays it out to Rico Lewis. Up to Phil Foden, who gives it immediately back to Adrien Truffert. Alex Jimenez crashing down the right side of the pitch. Plays it into the middle. Oh, Semenyo, that was your ball. Jeremy Doku steps once more into the Alex Jimenez penitentiary. Erling Haaland can't do anything with that other than put it into those stands. The scenes here in Manchester are shambolic. Oh, jeez. Oh no. Come on, Truffert, get back. He did. Truffert, when you need him most, always there. Tyler Adams. Smart free kick. Trips up Foden at the top of the box. Yanni Reinders, not going to do anything with this. Put this into the stands. Nope, he played it short. Erling Haaland blocked by Alex Jimenez. Now Erling Haaland has stepped into the Alex Jimenez penitentiary. Rico Lewis plays it out to Tiani Reinders, and that's out for a throw-in. And Phil Foden has taken enough of Adrien Truffert's beating. Rian Cherki has come in for him. Diakite, up to Cook, back to Diakite, into Alex Scott. Ben Ganondorf, the absolute menace, plays it out wide to Adrien Truffert in acres of space. Truffert cuts it back across. All they can do is put it up for a corner. That'll be another corner and another opportunity for Bournemouth to absolutely cook Man City. Tiani Reinders. Erling Haaland now. Stepped into the Adrien Truffert penitentiary. Couldn't do anything with it. Adrien Truffert, too strong. Nathan Ake now holding possession. Plays it into Nico Gonzalez. Nico O'Reilly. Jeremy Doku ready to get absolutely cooked by Alex Jimenez again. And he does. Okay, now too many people are tired. Let's start making some changes. Alex Jimenez for Freeman. Jimenez, you've been absolutely insane. But let's bring you on. Senesi has been fine. Semenyo. Let's move him for... Honestly, I think Scott? I think we take Scott off? We swap Clivert and Semenyo, and then we swap Scott with Unal. And then Cook. We don't have Richardson on the best, so it has to be Christie, but Cook for Christie, I think, and then swap Adams and Christie. I think in possession. No, Christie still wants to be a box to box. So I say we let him. But we want to put Semenyo on the weaker of the two defenders, and so we put him on Rico Lewis, who, as we all know, by the statistics given to us by the game, statistically, worst defender in the Premier League. And so we're going to just let him get absolutely cooked by Antoine Semenyo. There's Nunez. No. Jeremy Doku. Also no, please. Gianni Reinders. Can't do anything with it. Plays it all the way back to the defense. Nico O'Reilly. Jeremy Doku. Alex Freeman. The injured Alex Freeman. Still put him in absolute jail. Ben Gannon-Doak. Ben Gannon-Doak. And Jeremy Doku has to foul Ben Gannon-Doak. The only thing he can do is trip him up. Marco Senesi. Long throw. Ben Gannon-Doak to Diakite. Diakite back to Gannon-Doak. Gannon-Doak top bins! It's a second on the day for Gannon-Doak, and it's a fourth on the day for Bournemouth. Gannon-Doak's got his brace. Bournemouth has 4 goals, and Man City has no answers. My goodness. Diakite, what an assist to Gannon-Doak, who hits it on the half volley. Donnarumma full stretch, can't get there, in off the post. It's just art. Everyone get your hats ready. This might be time for a Ben Gannon-Doak hat-trick. He is shattered, by the way. Gannon-Doak is so tired. He has 0 energy. But he's got 2 goals. And he's not stopping anytime soon. Oh, they really want me to replace Ben Gannon-Doak with Tavernier. We will make 1 sub now that is not Ben Gannon-Doak. And then we will hold our last sub until the last possible moment to take off Ben Gannon-Doak and replace him with Marcus Tavernier. Because, please, Ben Gannon-Doak, take a bow. You have had an incredible match today against Manchester City. The young Scouser from Liverpool has just been unplayable today. Jeremy Doku now injured, but so is Alex Freeman. How injured is Freeman? Ryan Sharkey versus fellow countryman Ion Adrien Truffert. Doesn't have to come to that. Adams sees to it. Gianni Reinders, Rico Lewis, Nico Gonzalez, Clivert. Just buries him. Jordi Petrovic picks it up. Okay. We're going to start the time wasting. We're going to lower the tempo. There we go, Freeman. Picking pockets. Cooking defenders. Jeremy Doku also injured again on this play. He has to go off. They might be down to 10 men. I don't think they have any more subs. And I don't think Jeremy Doku can still play. Okay, the last time we had a long throw from this area, we scored with an absolute worldie by Ben Gannon Doak. Can we do it again? That is the eternal question. Do you believe, like I believe, in Ben Gannon Doak? Hamadou Sangare gets to come on for Doku. Oh, it looks like we're not long throwing this one. We're just regular throwing that one. Nathanake plays it up to Sangare. Hill's on top of that. There we go, Jordy. Up to Senesi. That's Rufer. Semenyo's got it. Semenyo into Gannon Doak. Gannon Doak gets there. Gannon Doak still with it. Christie goes behind for a corner. Okay. Opportunity here for the team. Our only aerial threat at this point is Senesi, but Danny Reinders. Mateus Nunez. Nothing. Not going to trouble us. Perfect. Okay. We'll make our last sub. Gannon Doak, you can now finally earn your rest. Clivert also looks like he's going to die. So does Adams and Freeman, but going to be our first clean sheet in a long time. Tyler Adams not giving in the towel yet. Neither is Clivert. And Izuno. Freeman. Gannon Doak's still on the pitch. This is his last opportunity for his hat trick. Oh, Freeman can't keep it down, though. Disguise it. And that's the game. Oh, geez, unbelievable scenes here in Manchester City as Manchester is red tonight. But not because of Manchester United. Because Bournemouth has come into town and the Cherries have beaten Man City. That brings Bournemouth up to 16 points. Only 2 points behind Man City. And only 8 points off of league leaders Arsenal. And in 7th position, which is the highest finish that Bournemouth has ever had. Cherries take a bow. What an absolute unworldly performance from youngster Ben Gannon Doak here. Ben Gannon Doak, 19 years old, Scottish player. From the Liverpool Academy to 2 goals against Manchester City in Manchester at the Etihad. Ben Gannon Doak, take a bow. dominating performance today was spectacular. Well, it's been a good stream, everybody. Thanks for those that stuck around. Thanks for everything. Really, this was a lot of fun. I think that's going to be it from me today. I'm going to try and figure out how to do something real quick. Antidote is 1 goal away from 5 goals, which means we have to pay Liverpool 675,000. Yeah, well, it doesn't look like that's going to work. So we'll just end it here today. Everybody, thanks for coming and hanging around. This has been a lot of fun. I've been Sam. This has been the Jank Drawer. I'm going to be on vacation next week, so we're going to have a stream earlier in the week. And then I've been thinking a lot about this. I've been really actually enjoying this aspect of the content creation journey that I've been starting on. And I think I might actually be doing this more in the future. But watch this socials, watch this space. If I make any decisions, you'll be the first to know. Thanks everyone for sticking around. It's been a pleasure. See you all next time.